I'm just acting Chicallywood.
So in that movie, I played a dope fiend, and one of the biggest, and I would never call him a Tubi actor because he's freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
But Tubi has created a lane for him where he's like one of the top male actors. Kamal Hassan, he was the person I was coming to see.
Yeah.
In one of the scenes, and he's amazing, you know. And I ain't never played a dope fiend before, you know. So I'm like, okay, so let's see how this gonna go. But I mean, I'm from the street, you know, the hoods. I'm from the hundreds in Chicago, so
shout out to the
I
hundreds.
see it every day. So you know, I just knew how to tap in and scratch my face a little bit, get a little to in character. But it was meeting his tempo that made that scene so strong. Like,
okay,
it's literally one of my favorite scenes to watch because it was like I did that, you know. And
what's the name of this movie?
It's called Mifghanistan. So like Afghanistan.
Oh wow.
Because they from Memphis.
Yeah. And that's on Tubi?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah. So is it certain roles that you're like, man, I ain't doing that? Is it certain things that you have restrictions on? Or because some people are like, no, I do it all because it's art. You know what I'm saying? But some actors some actors still have their own internal compass of what they should or should not do?
They should. Yeah. They absolutely should. When I got into the business, I was just very open and ready for whatever opportunities came across my desk. So as long as I was comfortable for the scene, I would do it. So for example, when I got presented with and I auditioned for this role. So I knew what I was getting into.
Right.
I read the synopsis. I knew it was going to be a sexually insinuated movie, but I didn't care, you know. And I did that movie, and it was one of the funnest movies I've ever done.
Yeah.
And so Bobby Peoples could forever call me, you know, for a role because it was art. It was art, and he made it art. Even when I look back at those things, I don't feel like I'm watching, you know, like soft porn.
Yeah.
It's not. It's art. You know what I mean? And for the theme of that movie, is that a role that I'm open to accepting from any director at this point? No. I have found myself having to turn down some roles that I really wanted to do. It's some directors I want to work with in Chicago. I had one just recently. I've been looking forward to an opportunity with working with him. But the scene that he presented to me, he hit me up like, hey, I got a role in mind for you. I said, cool, send me the script. I look over the script, and it was a sexually insinuated role. And I'm like, man, I don't want to tell you no, but I got to. And that's because I'm building a brand. And I want people to know that there's more to me. No one has ever seen me be a nurse. So guess what y'all about to see? Me be a nurse very soon. You know, like I want people to know that I can cry on cue. So guess what? Y'all about to see me cry on cue.
I was just about to ask that, like how, like, you know, can you cry on cue? Because I know that's a little hard.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It took a while for that though.
Yeah.
I think I had to lose a lot in life, personally. So, and Will Gates is the one who taught me what I was doing because he watched me do it on his set one day. He's like, oh, shoot, you a method actor. And I guess that was my method. I just allow for myself to go there. You know, I go to that time and I stay there. And honestly, I don't want nobody talking to me when I'm doing that. You know, one of my favorite male actors is from Empire. He was actually my favorite. Like, female-wise, Taraji, all day long.
Yeah.
Male-wise, he played Andre in Empire. So you had Jesse Smollett, you had young boy, Hakeem, and then you had the other brother.
And forgive me, because I have not watched Empire. I know.
Oh, it's okay.
Don't tell nobody.
Well, let me tell you what was amazing about him when he's in character. And Taraji was like this too, but she had security, so you couldn't come talk to her. She was able to stay in character.
Yeah.
But not to say that Andre didn't. It's just that he didn't need it. He didn't mind being on set around the stand-ins and all the rest of the production, and you just saw him off in the corner talking to himself. And he was in that character, and out of respect, I would just watch and admire the fact that this was what a person would do. And I found myself doing that same thing. And especially in those moments. I don't want you talking to me. Don't make me laugh, because now you're taking me out of character. So it's like, I like to stay away. And that's really on set, period. I don't like sitting around on set around people, especially if I am doing sad scenes. Where I really have to tap in. Like, I need to be alone to myself. Call me when it's time to do my scene. And so that way, when I come in, we ready to go.
Yeah.
Just got as long as camera and lighting ready.
That sounds like set etiquette, though. Like, we're like, you know, hey, put your phone down. We're, you know, stop trying to bother people. You know, we're trying to work, you know, appreciate the moment, you know, versus... I mean, that just sounds like set etiquette, you know, like, man, respect everybody's space to be able to make sure that, like, hey, I mean, it's cool, like, unless it's like you have that type of chemistry, but at the same time, it's like, yo, we got to get prepared. We about to do this really, really dark role, or we about to do this role that's going to put me in this mindset that I need to focus on, you know, so, well, yeah.
If I can say something interesting.
Tell me.
Independent filmmaking is literally its own lane, and it's so different from Hollywood production. When you go on an independent set, you're all together. There may be a waiting room if you're lucky. Yeah. You know, so the setting is a lot different. You know, you literally are forced to be in a setting where you gotta hee and kiki with people. You can't really focus on being in character because now y'all spending time, because right now they working on scene 1 and scene 2. Right. And your scene might not be the scene 6.
Right.
So you just sitting there because your call time was at 8 a.m. like everybody else's. So it's different, independent world. Like it's not like Hollywood. You know, Hollywood is structured, it's organized, they got a schedule. Yeah. Everything is kind of like a moving train. Yeah.
There's no time for downtime when it comes to that, right? Like in Hollywood, it's like, yo, you have to. There's no such thing. We got to get it going.
Yeah, and then there's a waiting room for your downtime. You know, if you on set and there's probably food and things. And not to say that that's not on an independent set. It's just a little bit different. And I will also add this. Chicago is a lot different from most cities.
Yes, it is.
Chicago is the closest that I've experienced to the Hollywood structure. Really? We try to do it. Yeah. If you get lucky to, I work with people like Sherelle Brown and Will Gates, you know, like, and being on their sets, they respect, they have a structure, or they are organized, you know, that everything is cohesive. You're not going to experience that on every set, but that's no knock to them either. We all got to start somewhere. Right, you know? But it's just, it's a little bit different, I feel like. It's not like a Hollywood set, you know? So
let me ask you this. So seeing that you're from Chicago, right? What you said the Hundreds, right? You grew up in the Hundreds? Yeah. How has just this city has like molded you as far as your character and personality into just who you are to be able to be structured for this industry?
Well,
because you know we built different here. Chicago, we built different.
Definitely. Well, I'm from the Hundreds. I'm on the other side of Halsted, but I grew up in Roseland. I had to go to school. I went to high school in Roseland, and I would like to say that a lot of my resilience come from growing up in those neighborhoods, like my perseverance, like my acting capability came from growing up in the city, because my mother and father moved to the suburbs. I am from Hazel Crest, okay? If you by paper, I am from Hazel Crest. But if I would have went to school in Hazel Crest, in Hazel Crest, I would have to go to Hillcrest, and my mom went with that. So she everything was through my grandmother's address in the city. Right. That's why I say I'm born and raised in the city for sure. The only time I was in Hazel Crest is from 10 p.m. till 7 a.m. You know, so I had no friends, nothing. You feel me? Until I got older, of course. But and so being in Roseland, I've had some experiences, and I wasn't really used to that because I had more of a shelter life. So that's why I say acting came in, because I could be whoever I needed to be in them times, because that's what I did for survival. Yes. To get along, you know, and that took me through some learning lessons that I'm still learning now because of that at a big age, you know what I mean? So, but that I've learned how to transmute that energy and channel that energy into what I'm doing right now as an actress. Like I am literally humbly saying, creating my own lane. Like I don't think anybody, I didn't see myself being where I'm at right now.
I'm just acting Chicallywood.